Every story begins with a single choice, and this one might change how you see yours. In a quiet little town lived a woman named Clara. Behind her home, near a cracked and dusty patch of earth, stood an old forgotten well. One day, Clara decided to bring it back to life. She didn't have much water, just one small cup at a time. So every few days, sometimes once a week, sometimes longer, she would take that cup, walk to the dry ground, and pour it carefully into the soil. People laughed. "What's one cup going to do?" they said. "You are not even watering it every day." But Clara didn't argue. She didn't even try to explain. She just smiled and said softly, "I may not do it every day, but I'll never stop doing it." Weeks passed, then months. The ground looked the same, hard, lifeless, unwilling. Sometimes Clara forgot. Sometimes she was tired, but she always came back. She might skip days, even weeks, but she always returned with that one small cup. And one morning, after what seemed like endless waiting, she saw something. Right where she always poured her water, a tiny green shoot was breaking through the earth. Her eyes filled with tears, not because it was a huge change, but because it was proof her effort hadn't been wasted. When the neighbors saw it, they were amazed. "Clara, how did this grow?" one asked. "You didn't water it every day." And she replied with a calm smile, "Consistency isn't about how often you do something. It's about never giving up, even when your effort feels small. One faithful drop can do what 1,000 rushed flowers cannot." That tiny plant grew into a strong tree, its roots deep, its branches wide, and beneath its shade, life returned to what was once forgotten. You see, that's how wealth and growth works. You don't need to move mountains every day. You just need to return to the work, again and again. Whether it's saving, creating, building, or believing, the small, steady acts are what create lasting abundance. Consistency is not frequency. It is commitment in motion. So remember this, you don't have to do it all the time. You just have to keep coming back. One drop, one step, one act of faith. That is where growth begins. That's where true wealth is built. Thank you for joining us in this episode of Wealth Stories with Amma. Remember, the wealth of your life starts with the thoughts you nurture. Feed your mind well and watch your world bloom. If you found the story inspiring, don't forget to subscribe to Wealth Stories with Amma for more powerful stories and timeless lessons that can shape your financial and personal future. Because remember, stories change how we think, and how we think changes how we live. Every story begins with a single choice, and I hope this one has changed yours. Bye for now.